Hi, this is Alana Aiken with my Module 10 reflection. After reading the financial strategies article, um, growing up, my family definitely, the strategy that we would fit into would be like living more simply, living within our means. We practice this strategy very intentionally. My mother worked full time, and so did my aunts that were living with us. Um, they made it a priority to avoid like any debt or to stick to like strictly like monthly budgets due to us going to private school. So there was certain limits that we could not go over in a amount of time. Um, One example that I remember would be how we would handle like our vacations. Instead of taking like expensive trips like every summer or so, we would like plan short road trips to Atlanta or down to Gulf Shores, or even we would go to Destin. But it wouldn't be an extravagant like out of the country trip. My mother would save for these trips like throughout the year, using the savings that we would save for vacations. uh, um, I think using this strategy, we never felt like we were never financially stressed or overwhelmed. Even during like the tougher times, like it was never a point to where like we could not eat or anything like that. We always had a safety net. Like if something were to happen, or like if we are, if somebody gets into an accident, or if just we were always ready for any incidents that were to happen, unfortunately. We were always ready, and we were smart about like spending like money growing up. And I think that's why I'm like how I am now, because I was raised not spending money all the time. Like I know how to save money, like I know how to invest in things. Yeah, so budgeting and prioritizing my needs over my wants like definitely played a part in how I am right now, coming from using that strategy as well. Um, After reading the food insecurity numbers for Tuscaloosa, the food insecurity rate was 16. It was very much lower than Montgomery for sure. Um, I thought that was very interesting due to me being from Montgomery and Tuscaloosa being a college town. And I think those numbers actually made sense to me, because being in a college town, like we all broke college students. So like being here, we always have something to eat, whether that's on campus or just around the way. In Montgomery, it's not really a college town, so it's basically, yes, it there are colleges there, but the difference between like UA and another like HBCU like Alabama State and Montgomery, it's we're just very fortunate to have more here than any other place, just because football and us being a huge school. Where there is Montgomery, like it's just another town or city for people to live. And yeah, school is there, but it's not as huge as this one, so they don't have like the resources and stuff that we have. And I thought that was very interesting. um from the article, with the material resource article, discussing prioritizing essential resources. The article like emphasized like how families can make like a big impact by focusing on like securing non-negotiable needs first. um Things like safe housing, healthy foods, reliable transportation, and also having health care. What struck me the most was the example of a family that uh, reallocated money from entertainment subscriptions to create like a weekly like groceries and medicine emergency fund. It stood out because I realized that small like things like that, like pausing a streaming subscription for a few months, can build like a buffer that could support like well-being during like a serious time. um it reframes like your budgeting habits, from what you give up to what you're choosing to like keep, which feels like both like empowering and practical because you have the final say on that. One thing I learned from the laundry video was basically the speaker suggests like gathering one piece of laundry and carry it to the washing machine, close the door and start the wash. Basically just celebrating those little wins and building yourself up for the big ones. I've definitely experienced where like I'll get overwhelmed when like stuff feels like bigger than me, and I feel like this strategy like felt like permission to like start small. Like no matter where you start, like you can get to the big things. And I thought that was really good because it like reinforces like how like those small steps can lead to like meaningful progress, and you should celebrate the small wins as well as the big ones.